Hello, everybody, and welcome to season two of Irrelevant Sports. I'm your host, Marissa Womack. If you didn't know, now you know. This is so incredibly insane. It's been almost 2 years since I've recorded the last episode. I genuinely don't think that I was anticipating it ending that abruptly. I feel like I've been in my mind recording a bunch more than I thought I have, and or posting more, but I have a lot to catch you guys up on in my world and in the sports world as a whole, which is so crazy. Um so let's jump right into it. So the last episode that I did, I'm pretty sure was with Kyle. That was in December of 2023. I graduated May of 2024. So that means that I would have been going to Europe at this point, I believe. Maybe I knew at that point that I had gotten the job with the Rays. I'm not too entirely sure. But basically, I went to Europe for a month. I did a solo trip alone to kind of gather my thoughts, gather my experiences, think about what I had just done basically because I was a very busy girl my last in-person semester. And then I went online so that I could work for not the River Dogs, whoa, for the Rays. So with the Rays, I was the promotions intern, turned kind of all around marketing intern. I helped a lot with our promotional team and grassroots marketing stuff. And then I kind of helped take over a lot of mascot responsibilities in terms of most things besides becoming um a friend, if you know what I mean. Um yeah, it was a crazy 9 months. I graduated in between that time period in May, obviously, with a degree in sport and live entertainment management with a minor in sports media. Um, from the best school in the entire world. My ring is to the right of me currently, but I was cleaning today, which I will get into. Yeah, there was a lot I got to help with. I helped a lot with our kids club. That was really fun and really cool because we did like monthly pins. And then I got to help plan the giveaways for this past year. They did a lot of the giveaways, but obviously with the hurricane that was less than ideal and very tragic. A lot changed and was unexpected. Mother Nature has no path sometimes. But we did three concerts. We did Riley Green, T Pain, and every single time I forget this other band, so I'm not even gonna lie. Not gonna try and think about it. Um, let's think what else I did. I feel like it was a long 9 months that I was constantly doing things. Um, we I learned a lot, like in the sense of how things should be as a team wise, and how to appreciate people in that kind of sense. The Rays unfortunately did not make playoffs. I don't even know if they're in the playoff running this year because the Phillies just like today just clinched or yesterday. Not sure. Sorry, that one's on me. Um, but yeah, then from Tampa, I moved across the country to California. I worked for the Sacramento Kings as their marketing intern, more on the side of Golden One Center. Had the best bosses ever. It was a great experience. I helped there with a lot of the kids club stuff, and that was really fun. So I was there most weekends for kids club games and that sort of thing. And then my time ended 3 months early because I got a full time job. And I'm so grateful for them to have allowed me to have that experience. Living in California was so different, especially in Sacramento specifically. I was in Rockland, which is like the suburbs. and kind of so distant from everything. It was like a 30-minute drive from Lake Tahoe, which is crazy to think about now because I'm back on the East Coast. But yeah, I lived with three roommates in a house. Loved my house. At my Tampa place, I was in a townhome with two boys, which is an experience that you guys can hear on my personal podcast. Loved both sets of roommates in the sense of them being roommates, like never really had any issues. And boys are cleaner than you'd think. And in my California house, I had a boy as well, and we had a pool, but unfortunately, I only used it for ice plunges because, um, yeah, it was cold. I was like a part time nanny there, so that was really fun because I was always driving their Tesla and whatever else. But Sacramento was fun. It was completely different experiences in the sense of like work life balance. Like meeting people was very different. And then on top of that, like also my work schedule was very different. Like I was only doing 3 days in California and then I would do like the full 9 yards in Tampa, which I loved. Excuse me for yawning. It is early on in the night, but again, it's been a long day for me. Um, let's think. What else has been going on? I moved back to the East Coast. I currently live in Pennsylvania. I am the manager of game day programming and promotions for the minor league affiliate for the Washington Nationals, the Harrisburg Senators. So I am in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I wouldn't change a thing right now. I'm very happy. Love my job, love my team. It's great. We just finished the season on Sunday, hence why this episode is coming out a day later. A long 69 games, to say the least, in the best possible way. I have had so much fun being able to figure out my rookie season. And I'm so, so, so excited for next year and the themes that I have planned and the giveaways that I have planned. So if you don't have Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on your go to list and your ballpark list, you should definitely add it because it is so fun. I'm in such a central location, and I think that's what makes it so easy for me because there's so many sports teams around. Like, I'm always going to a sporting event. This year alone, I've gone to four major league, five major league stadiums, um, which is crazy. And I am about to go to two more. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if I go to Toronto tomorrow. But on top of that, I have NFL teams all around me, which is insane, and I'm so grateful for. So I'm if you don't know where Harrisburg, Pennsylvania is, because I surely did not, it is 2 hours from Philly. So I have the Flyers, the Phillies, the Eagles, the Union. I'm missing the 76ers, and not to mention the minor league teams in between. And then we have Baltimore, which has the Ravens and the Orioles. And if I'm missing another team, don't hate me. They also have the Bowie Bay Sox, which is now Chesapeake Bay Sox. And then Baltimore is an hour and a half. So again, really easy for flying and transporting me wherever I need to go. And then we have DC, which is another 2 hours. Commanders, Nationals, my affiliate, Spirit, the Capitals, the Wizards, the Mystics. I know I'm missing someone somewhere. And then who am I missing? Oh, I'm 3 hours from New York, so I was able to go to the Yankees and the Mets stadium. There's the Knicks, the Nets, everyone in between, the Jets, the Giants. You get it. And then 4 to 5 hours. I'm 4.5 hours from Buffalo, hence why I'm going tomorrow to go to the Buffalo Bills Miami game. Thursday night football. And then speaking of which, I need to do a little switcheroo. on my roster. And then from Toronto, like 5 hours, from Boston, like 5 hours. Like it's just such a central, perfect location that I'm so grateful to be here. And also, the weather changes are amazing, going from extremely hot to honestly pretty cold to now it's cold, but it's a different level of cold because you get to prepare for it. Like when you go from hot, like it was hot the other day and it was like 80 and I was like, I'm sweating, but it's because it was amazing, amazing weather. Like I actually, it feels like fall. And everywhere else that I've lived, like it doesn't really feel like that. Obviously, I can't say Sacramento doesn't feel like fall because I wasn't there during the fall time. So that doesn't count. But yeah, like I just feel so blessed and so grateful that I'm so close to so many different experiences, especially in the sports realm. Like I've been so grateful to be able to do everything that I've been doing and to be able to even be like, hey, I'm just casually going to go to an NFL game tomorrow. Like that's insane. And I'm so grateful that I got to do that in Tampa as well. But I'm really, really excited for this season. There is so much that like I have planned and in store. I have 18 guests. I could have just lied to you and I might only have 16. I'm not sure. I not off the top of my head, but I already have 5 episodes that are ready to go. So I'm so excited about that. But I'm going to give myself a mock interview for you guys so that you guys can kind of get to know me. And I feel like it's a good jump start for what's in store for the season ahead. So, by further ado, let's get on into it. Um, Give me like 2 seconds, people, though. Just like bear with me, be so gracious with me. I don't know sometimes how to work my whatchamacallit app. Um let's start with kind of what's ahead. In October, a lot of episodes are going to be pre-recorded, just a heads up, because I will be in meetings a lot. People are like, what do you do in the off season? I still work. I'm full-time, thankfully. So I have a lot that I am doing. I have meetings, we have league meetings, we have a work retreat, we have Indianapolis for the business summit, which I'm so grateful that I get to go to that and meet so many amazing people. Um, because I feel like so many people in the minor leagues, like my whole big thing this year, and especially with the content creation side of things, is to get people in the know on minor leagues. Like people don't know that it's part of a professional organization. And so being able to share that has been really awesome and really fun for me. Um, so my first question for myself, this is so weird having to interview myself, but like knowing that you guys are listening to it. How did you start in sports? So if you guys didn't know, went to school, South Carolina, just graduated. Woohoo! Well, like a year ago. It's crazy. I've been post grad for 2 years now. I in high school was an athletic trainer. I was an equipment manager. I was a team manager, all the fun stuff. And then I changed my major, as you guys know. I was an intern with a professional lacrosse team. I was an intern for the River Dogs, then went to the Rays, but in between that also worked for a law firm and was a teaching assistant and was an operations intern, which I think is so important. If you don't know how operations work, none of the rest of the business side of things will run. Like I know how to fix a toilet kind of thing. And then I went to the Rays and then I went to the Kings and now I'm here. And how did I kind of get involved in the marketing and game presentation side? I am so grateful that like early on in my college career, our professors were very adamant on trying to figure out what we wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do the broadcasting side, which I'm so grateful that I still get to help with that. And same with social media. Lainey who is my sidekick at work, who will also be on the podcast later on this season. She runs our social, but is so gracious to let me help out, since I love doing that for myself and my own brand, but also want to bring that to our brand as well. And then the promotions and game presentation side has always kind of been my forte. I loved being able to bring interactions to life. And I get to do that every day, and it's so much fun. What lessons have carried on through each one? Definitely saying yes. Like, I feel like I have so many different experiences compared to some other people because I've just said yes. Like, you need me for this? Yes. You need me for that? Yes. Like, I'm just gonna keep saying yes and just being flexible and adaptable. Going from an NBA team and an MLB team are very different than a minor league team, and the budget and all of that stuff. Like, everything is going to be very different. So giving yourself grace and giving yourself patience is really important. How did you prepare for a bigger role? I obviously always knew that I wasn't going to be an intern for the rest of my life. So I always knew that eventually I would step into that. And obviously, like, there's so much stuff in my life that I tell people that, like, I'm looking forward to. Like, there's a chance that I could go back to school and become a lawyer. There's a chance that I could also not go back to school and just work for an agency. There's a chance that I could move into the entertainment space. There's a chance that I could go back and teach. Like, I have so much time if the Lord blesses me in that aspect. And I'm just so grateful that I even have these thoughts about what's next, and growing and developing. And I'll be here for a little bit longer. And I just am really excited for when I'm ready to transition, which honestly is nowhere close to now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for the future and for being able to grow and learn in this space, and then being able to grow and learn wherever, if I ever go anywhere else. What's the difference between basketball and baseball when it comes to fans and promotions and game presentation and marketing? Baseball and basketball are pretty similar because there's so many games, and like, you're just constantly going and going. And now I'm working for the Eagles as like a game day staff, which it's so fun and honestly so great to do in the off season. Um, but like, seeing how that's timed out to like the minute versus a basketball game. Like, basketball, you just have to be ready to go all the time because you don't have set timings. Whereas football, like, in this amount of time you got to do this because it ends. And like, I don't know if that makes sense. Versus basketball, like, you don't know if they're going to use all of their timeouts. You don't know if they're going to do this or that and the other. And then baseball is like pretty similar to football, where like, in 3 outs you have to go on. So it's a matter of, you don't obviously know the timing, but like, all right, this is going to happen. And also, like, if there's a double play that happens, like, all that kind of stuff. So basketball is a little more unique when it comes to timing purposes, but they're pretty similar in how you market because there's so many games that you have to get people excited for all of them, if that makes any sense at all. And then same with, like, from the basketball standpoint, like, working for an arena is really cool because you have all these entertainment things that you get to like incorporate into your basketball season. So that's really fun. Um, what is one of my favorite campaigns, themes, projects? I wish so badly I could share with you guys something that I have in store for next year that I'm really excited about, but I'm not gonna. So far this year probably was my women's sports summit that I was so grateful to put together. We unfortunately had a double header that day, so things had gotten moved around more than we would have liked. But this year, going into the next year, like, I'm really excited to bring that back with some of the same guests but also different guests, and being able to expand that conversation even more than what it already was. um and there's so many promotions that I'm looking forward to. Like, it's just going to be a really fun year, and I'm hoping that more people are exposed to different things and we catch more attention than ever before. Um, what advice would you give to someone? I would say, other than saying yes and being adaptable, reaching out to people. Guys, I am always open to talking. My DMs, my email, everything is always everywhere. My LinkedIn, do whatever you need. I am always here to talk. And so are so many people in this industry, especially other women, for women. If I receive something from a woman, I'm going to open it immediately. I might not get to you immediately during the season because it's kind of hectic. But obviously, in this off season, like, I have 6 months that I am kind of floating around. So just reaching out to people that you want to be in their position at some point is really, really helpful. How do I balance work and life? I think I'm pretty good at this. We thankfully um have really understanding bosses that want us to balance that work and life, and they want us to still have fun, especially because our front office is so young. And so I know that if I'm gone for a weekend, like, I would have finished all my stuff, and that I know that I have my stuff done, and that I don't really have to worry about having my work laptop with me every single time that I go out somewhere. But on top of that, just in the off season, we do get a lot of time to regroup and to get things organized, to move forward and to really succeed for the next year. So work and life is not the hardest for me, and obviously as I am growing older, things are going to change, and my opinion is gonna change on a lot of that because, I'm getting old. Um if I were to go back and give myself one piece of advice, I don't know, start younger. I look back and sometimes I'm like, God, I wish that I did this or I did that. And sometimes I also wish that I didn't compare myself to other people's journeys. Like, I'm in such a different place than everyone else that I was comparing myself to, and it's nobody's fault. And there was no reason that I needed to do that. So, yeah. Um, and then the last question is, what excites me most about sports? I'm excited, one, for this podcast. I'm excited because so many people are excited about sports. So many people are excited about women's sports. I thankfully have knowledge in many sports, so I get to do a lot of creation for so many different sports, and I'm not just niche to baseball. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited for this season. I'm excited for the guests. I'm excited for the conversations that are going to be sparked, and the new content that's going to coincide with all of this. But on top of that, just bringing awareness to things. I think hopefully, possibly bringing back an athlete segment would be really cool. So that's in the works as we speak. But this is episode 1. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited. And next week, I have a really great guest, and I will have a really great guest for the rest of the season. Love you guys so much. Go sports.